but pretty much, my over here, my relative.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's saying, he's Haitian, I'm Dominican, right?
Okay.
And we can trace back stuff that you're never going to hear in the history.
Like what? Give me 3 minutes worth of what you guys.
I'll give you an example. They always keep talking about, Columbus, this and that. I can tell you directly how far the roots of my family in DR goes before even DR was discovered, because they come from the Samoanian Indians that welcome, the Spaniards with arrows and shit. That's why I go on the internet, you see Bahía de las Flechas, Bay of the Arrows, right? And the thing is, nobody gives credit to the fact that the whole liberation, of people of color started in Haiti when the Haitians came here to help America get liberated from the French, get them the hell out of Louisiana.
After they fought Napoleon, correct?
Absolutely. And then the citadel configuration of, cannons over there, cannons there, right? What happened? That was a strategic method of being able to, as the enemy comes up the valley, you entrench them by fire from all sides. And the thing is, people over here don't really... Absolutely. People over here do not listen to history. They don't...
They're being lied to. They're being lied to.
Yeah, they're being lied to. You know American history.
Like when I went to school and college, I went to a black college and a white college, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, when I was at elementary school, all they taught us was that we were slaves.
Exactly.
Which is bullshit.
Which dehumanized me. Like, it demoralized me rather. My self-esteem.
Psychologically, that you ain't worth nothing.
And then when I went to the white college, it was even worse. Like, all they taught was Roman history, about how the Romans took over the world, and they had the best, this, and the third, which is a lot.
Didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So I go to a white college basically now, NJIT, architecture student, and the history that I'm learning about architecture and all the past history of great architects, I never see a single dark-skinned, not even a Spaniard, brown-skinned architect. Like, everybody that's famous in all the greats are whites, and these are just European studies and American studies. That's all they're teaching me. And there's more. There's been buildings being built since Egypt time and since before then. You know, but they don't recognize that stuff.
They recognize it. They don't want to acknowledge it to this generation.
Yeah, right.
It's a form of reverse engineering, as far as the history is concerned.
Reverse psychological engineering. And another thing is funny, he mentions that about Roman history. You know what's funny? The people that they up in Europe now actually were the barbarians that freaking invaded Rome during Attila the Hun. Before that, they declined at home because of his decadence, right? And they replaced the Romans, right, which were more of an olive skin tone people, with these Nordic individuals, that came from that whole, eschatological, higher than whatever you want to call it, chaotic.
Let them know about that Henry Gates video.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right, last thing, so I gotta go.
Yeah, that
Henry Gates. Henry Louis Gates, the Harvard professor.
The Harvard professor.
Yeah, he just traveled. He just went over there and he did he split the whole documentary, Dominican Republic and Haiti. And it was pretty interesting what he did. And I like the fact that he pointed out that what happened was the Haitians were so angry, right, at the way they were treated, that they just wanted to wipe out everything that was related to Europe. Right. But however, what they did not know was a lot of the stuff that the people from Napoleon, right, brought over there in the French was not stuff that was even developed. It wasn't even developed in France. It was developed in Egypt. Notice how the French always want to be in Egypt 24/7. Because that's really where the center of mathematics, was established. And they want to come in there and say, oh no, we know, you didn't develop shit, you guys ain't copy. And then the thing with, remember, when the Moors ruled Europe, Europe was actually, the whole Renaissance started in Toledo, which was the metallurgical research and engineering center of Europe. And when they saw what the Moors were doing, which was educating the whole populace, they said, oh no, we got to stop this. We got to go kill these dudes because we want the populace stupid and dumb.
Numerical.
We don't want them to think for themselves.
The numbers.
Fellas, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? No
Thank
problem, man. Yo,
we're out. Everyday people.
So my name Al Grease. I'm from Irvington, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I rep North, man. I'm out to do something for, for the community, man. Like right now,
build businesses, which is what we always do.
Word is born. Like
and learning institutions.
I'm going big. Yo, shout your name out. Who you with?
I'm Carlos Ángel de los Santos Clark Perez.
All right, fellas. Thank you for your time.
Likewise.
I am everyday people.